The Credit Show podcast with Harry Jacobs starts now.
A lot of stuff online about the Section 609 letters. These are letters that you hear people talking about if you've spent any time looking for ways to get your credit repaired or improvement tips online. You'll probably come across an article about the 609 dispute letter. This stuff is all over, TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. This, by the way, is presented often as the secret or, the hidden way to get your credit repaired by forcing the bureaus or agency to remove negative items based on what you're submitting in this letter. Some scammers even sell expensive templates, for these so-called magical dispute letters. However, just like everything else I seem to touch on in this show, it's important to note that these templates are no more effective than other credit reporting dispute letter templates that you can get. Whether you get them from us or you buy them somewhere online or you find them online. So, the 609 letter refers to a section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which I'll refer to as the segment goes on as the FCRA. Now, that grants you the right to request copies of your credit reports and associated information, account level data. But interestingly, Section 609 doesn't relate to disputing information or the obligation of the credit reporting agencies to investigate your dispute. There's no mention of a 609 dispute in the Fair Credit Reporting Act anywhere. Now, it does provide, the Fair Credit Reporting Act does provide in Section 611 your rights to dispute information on your reports, right? So thanks to this section, we all have the right to challenge information that, we believe to be inaccurate or unverifiable. So obviously, if it can't be verified, it's got to come off the report. So now you may wonder if a 609 dispute letter is effective. Like, why are people having success with it? Is it real? Is it something that I could use? Typically, consumers send dispute letters to the main, the bureaus, the Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, not the smaller bureaus that are out there. But they do that, obviously, when they believe that something is inaccurate. The practical impact of a dispute letter is that it prompts the agency to get into this investigation and correct anything that may be wrong. So, this is a big deal. And one of the places we see scammers and these idiots that have no idea what they're talking about begin to spout lies and untruths. The theory behind the 609 dispute letter from them is that, you can request information from the bureaus. It's your right to get the original application or cash checks or, any of those things. And often they can't be produced. And these scammers will tell you, well, if they can't produce that information, it has to come off your report. It has to. The 609, Section 609 says that. However, the Fair Credit Reporting Act entitles us only to access the information that the credit reporting agencies have in their system. I'll repeat that for you. It entitles us to access the information that the credit reporting agencies have in their systems, not information that they don't have. So there exists no law and nothing within the FCRA which provides that the creditors or credit bureaus provide information for you like that. Cash checks or signed agreements. That's the most important information here in this topic. Don't be fooled into the 609 letter scam. Listen, there's plenty of information online about the 609 dispute letters. There's no evidence suggesting that any specific letter template is more effective than another. That's what I'm telling you. So in reality, even a credit dispute written on a piece of paper, right, on a napkin or something, as long as the information is there and it's valid, that they need to verify it's you, that's all someone needs. It can be written in crayon. It doesn't matter. The delivery method of your dispute letter is largely irrelevant when it comes to your right to an accurate credit report. Now, on the other hand, if the information on your reports is accurate and verifiable, it's likely to, stay on there. So listen, it's important to approach this process in a way that you don't get scammed. So instead of relying on this myth of the 609 dispute letter, focus Section 611, which is just your right to correct information that's inaccurate. If you've got questions about that, or you want to ask more, obviously you know where I am. You pick up the phone.
You've been listening to the Credit Show podcast with Harry Jacobs. If you need assistance with your credit, text CREDIT to 702-778-2000.